Hello, everyone, and welcome to Crits and Bits. Yay, Wednesday.
Hi.
How's everyone doing?
Hanging in there.
Awesome.
I ain't dead yet.
The first 12 days of this week were really rough, but we are going to make it.
Exactly.
I-
Oh, stars and stones.
It's
what
been
a
a
what a week
week.
it's been.
But hey,
What a year.
we're here. Yeah.
We're here.
It feels like it should be way more than 2024 at this point. It's yeah.
It's like, February is longer this year than it is most other years, and it still feels like it should be like April.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Do you
been
have anything planned for your extra day in February?
Could it be editing? I'm working on the audiobook that I hate.
just doing the work. Always the work.
Job search. Play Assassin's Creed.
Although I will be
sounds-
dropping into it to wish my friend whose birthday it is, because she's born on a leap year. I'll be dropping in on her to wish her a happy birthday.
Nice.
It's her 15th actual birthday.
That's so wild.
And then, she's like, I can't math 60, I guess.
That's how
Yeah, that
math
sounds right,
works.
yeah.
Look, I did all of my math of gaming yesterday. That was on the educational game that I was playing, that
I
I played
watched
when I was in
that.
3rd grade. So that that's where all my
pattern
math
matching.
brain went.
That was hard work, man. Like,
It was surprising. Like, I put it on challenge because I was like, look, I'm 36. I'm no longer in 3rd grade. In theory, I should be able to handle, in theory at least, should be able to handle a little bit more of a challenge.
yeah. Well, despite it being a long week, I have done some knitting. Has anyone else?
Yes.
I've also knitted.
Who wants to go first?
Mine's
I was-
short, so I can go first if you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I'll get mine.
I cast on what will be a baby blanket for my newborn niece. It
Blanket
is
for a baby.
a blanket for a baby. It is 257 stitches long.
Oh, that's always fun.
It's very specific. I actually went through
I was
it.
going to say 257 is an oddly specific large number.
I think it's more that they want it to, because like, here, I will show you the pattern. I got the pattern from 60 More Quick Baby Knits for Cascade Wool.
Oh, okay.
So it's that one is pretty.
Do they have anything for slow babies?
No,
I see what you did there.
but this is what it's supposed to be when I'm done with it.
Oh, neat.
Nice.
Yeah. My sister-in-law wanted salmon as the base color, so there will be blue and a different color pink as the dot colors.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll see if this is done before the baby's a year old. We'll find out.
You do it.
That requires me to have brain and time, and both of those have been in short supply lately. Though I should be done with the audiobook in the next couple of days, and then all of a sudden brain will go, I can breathe. Yeah, that's what I've been doing this week.
Okay.
Last couple of weeks, whatever.
That's a lot of stitches.
Yes, I'm currently on my 3rd row of the seed stitch, and it's just intensely boring.
Yeah.
Once you get into the meat of it, you should time yourself and see how long it takes to do a row.
Well, because there's color changing, I'm going to wait until after I've learned how to do the color changing thing, because that is a new technique that I haven't learned yet.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
So once I've learned that, we'll see.
Okay. Well, cool.
Quick baby knits.
I,
Very clever.
I can go next if that's cool.
Do.
Bring it.
I've done some more squares. I've done
Ooh.
these two down here, and then these four. So
Pretty.
I did 6 more squares on my blanket, but now it's more of a rectangle than just a weird shape. But I'm getting myself into a position where I can do another big square because I've got a bunch of self-striping sock yarns that I want to add. So I'm trying to get things evened out so that I can get a couple of those stuck in.
You know, inspired by your mitered square blanket, last time we talked, I pulled my mitered square blanket out of storage where it has been the UFO pile, I guess.
Right.
and so it continues to be a lingering UFO, but I can look at it now instead of it
There you
like
go.
being buried in a box.
It can look at
Maybe
you and
It
shame
can look
you.
at me, right? Yeah,
Yep.
and it does. It looks at me sternly.
And I've wanted to just clean up some stuff and get rid of some project bags. And so I picked up again my magic hand warmers. The ones that I had that were 2 completely different sizes. I knit a third one that is close enough that I have a pair.
Hey!
So I'm going to knit a 4th one, but I'm going to knit it on a bigger size of needles, so hopefully it'll match the slightly looser one. And then I'll have 2 matching pairs, I hope. So,
Yay.
but I've knocked out one. And then I found, as I was cleaning up, I found my my teaching bag. And the half-finished projects in there that I used for teaching classes at my LYS. So I finished off 2 pairs of socks. So the first are bothersome to me. I will not wear them, but I will probably send them to my sister.
They're cute.
Thank you. They are from a self-striping skein of something and leftover, like it's all leftover scrappy bits. Oh, this is all from the same yarn that I did the shirt for you from Ren.
Oh.
So this is the leftovers of that. And this pair of socks was made from my Socks from a Tube pattern. And so I did a class at my LYS on that. And the gist of it is you knit a tube. And it went like this from one end to the other. And then you find the center of your tube and you cut your knitting. And now you have 2 tubes. And you knit toes onto them. And then you measure up to a certain mathematically inclined place. And you cut your knitting again and insert true afterthought heels. So
Every part of that sentence makes me wince.
Yeah.
it's actually not too bad to cut your knitting. It's
awesome to cut
Sure.
your knitting.
this is even easier than doing a steek because you cut one single stitch. So you pick up all of your stitches. Once you've got it in a tube, you pick up all the way around one row and then skip a row and pick up all the way around the next row. And you have the needles, just your DP, not your DPN. Well, you can do DPNs, but I use magic loop. So you've got just the cord hanging out there, and then you find the midpoint of that middle row of stitches that you didn't pick up, and you snip one little stitch, and then you just pick out all the way around, and poof, you've got 2.
I'm sure that would make sense if I ever saw it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you want to pick up my pattern on Socks from a Tube, it has a very clear photo tutorial of the whole thing, where I
probably
pick
have
up
that somewhere.
everything. And yeah, I really liked making these. Like I said, the mismatched patterning makes it so that I won't wear them, but I really enjoyed making them.
It's beautiful.
And then I finished another pair of socks that was another class. This was my 2 at a time toe up socks class, where we did the Turkish cast on and the Fish Lips Kiss heel. And this was using a worsted weight yarn.
Pretty.
And it's vaguely self-striping. Like it's
Self-pooling.
it's technically a dark E stripe and a lighter E stripe with a darker section in the middle of the lighter E stripe. But you can see that it's like 2. So it's just 2 stripe. Very, very patterny stripes, but 2 stripes. But yeah, these were just a basic fish lips kiss heel, Turkish cast on at the toe. And this is going to be a pair that goes to my mom. But I finished those. And I had both feet done and 1 heel. Because that's the class. The first class is casting on the toes and getting the foot started. And then 2 weeks later, everyone theoretically has finished the foot, and we come back and learn the heel. And then I was like, well, I want to do something new. So I cast on a project. And I made a baby vertebrae sweater. This is my favorite baby sweater to give. And it looks kind of weird like this, but the idea is that there is no front, so that when baby pukes, because baby pukes, you don't get puke all over the sweater. So you don't have to change the sweater. You don't have to wash the sweater. It's got a nice big open front. And this is the baby vertebrae by Kelly Van Niekerk. Niekerk.
I picked it up after you talked about it on That's Pretty Crafty.
Yeah, I've done so many of these. But this is for my friend Josh's baby. And this is the same yarn that I used for the scarf that I made for Josh for a character cosplay of his. So
matchy.
It's going to be matchy. So that's what I've been working on. I finished some little things and then just did a baby sweater because I needed something new that wasn't going to be another 20-year project.
So I like how you were just like, I did these socks, and you're like, and then I cast on a sweater. Here is the complete sweater.
But it is a very small sweater. It is a baby sweater in a thick yarn.
Right.
It was knit on I think I used 6 8/8 or 8s and 10s, like big needles. So it was.
Yeah, but it also only took you a few days.
Yes.
She did it in an afternoon.
No, it took the whole weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, a whole weekend.
A whole 2 days.
Yeah.
That's
we'll
why
go
it's
back
a
to my
baby
previous
sweater.
question. We'll go back to my previous question. So what are you going to do with your extra day this year? Knit 2 or 3 sweaters.
Clearly.
Well, no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for yarn to arrive because, I didn't go up and grab the sweater, but I am so close to finishing the sweater for Tiana, and I ran out of yarn. Completely ran out of yarn. I've got 10 rows left on the saddle shoulder, and then I've got the entire button band. And I have no yarn. But I hopped on Ravelry and used the search stashes button and found someone who had almost a full skein left from one of her projects, who just had it sitting in her stash, and she is willing to sell it to me and send it to me, and I'm very, very pleased about that. So
That's so sweet.
That's really
yeah. So I'm relieved.
I've done that before. Yeah.
And it's great because no one's going to see the 10 rows up here. That might be a different dye lot. And if the button band's a different dye lot, that's okay because a button band always looks
That's
a
an
little
accent.
different.
That's a feature, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
An accent. Like that.
So, yeah. Who else is making stuff?
Well, he appears to be getting food, so
Yeah, I'll go real quick so I can eat my corn dogs.
corn dogs!
Yeah.
Corn dogs.
Oh,
So
cool.
I have a problem when I am gaming on my PC. My mouse hand gets so cold and painfully cold, but I hate wearing gloves because I don't like the loss of dexterity in the fingers, and I don't like the way I get my palm gets sweaty from being between the mouse and the glove and the hand.
Yeah.
It's just a bad time. So for years I've been thinking, oh man, if I could just have some gloves with no palm, wouldn't that be great? And so I finally Googled it and I found a pattern from the 30s. So it's this almost 100-year-old pattern.
Because they were having problems with their mice and computer gaming as well.
Obviously.
Yes,
Yes, clearly.
clearly. And so I used that as a jumping off point because that particular pattern had no fingers, but my fingies get cold. So apparently I designed something.
Yay!
Yay!
I'll give you some
I
laser
have
beams for that.
Some palmless gloves,
That's so cool.
Ooh.
and they work great.
That's the best part about being a knitter is making the thing that you need. And the thing that you
Yes,
need is something
so-
that maybe doesn't
Yep.
exist.
Yep,
Do
warm
they keep your
yesterday.
fingies
Well,
warm?
I did keep my fingies warm,
Excellent.
and I could still drive everything. It was
Excellent.
great. They're a little bit of a hassle to put on because you have to put on each finger individually, but
It's a
I'm
small
willing,
they're
price to
on.
pay.
willing to have that sacrifice. Yeah.
Yeah. If it keeps you comfortable for a couple of hours of gaming, like 15 seconds of messing with fingers is totally worth it.
Yeah, definitely. And then I'm still working on the giant blanket.
Yay.
All right, corn dog time, kids.
Dog
Yeah.
is a Colin. All right, well, I will go. So last time I think we talked about the socks that I'm knitting, my Christmassy socks with the red and white, and then I've got a green toe and a green heel, and it's wonderful. And then I think I talked about it here that I ran out of green is the short version. Yeah. So it was like I should have thought about it and realized I had a 10-gram skein of yarn, mini skein instead of a 20, and just done the toe or the heel, but not both. So as it turns out, I got to my second one and I didn't even finish the first toe,
Oh.
but I found another green that was just like it. So you
Yes,
can't even tell.
exactly like.
Right, you can't even tell.
Close enough.
And yeah, so it's green. I mean, it's green and green, so it's the same, right? And so
I can see Danny twitching over there.
No, it's green and green. Totally the
Oh,
same.
I have to put it really close so that I can see really well. But it gets better because since I ran out of green here and I had to use other green, I did my foot, and then of course on the second one that I did, I had a green heel, but I didn't have any more green, and even my second green, I ran out of the second green.
Oh, no.
So I just did red, and I found the same color red that is in like the body as well. So it's like
This is the most mishmash set of socks I've ever seen.
Wow.
it's a red
Not mismatched, mishmash.
mishmash,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, and I
Okay.
think I broke Danny. I saw her face
It's
do
fine.
sad things. Right, so I just finished the heel just before we started streaming, and so I'm doing the fish lips kiss heel, which is delightful. I also did the Turkish cast on for the toes here, which I love. So thank you all for encouraging me to do that.
Now
was a
that you
lot of
found
fun.
it, now that you found a good tutorial for it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So that's good. So yeah. So anyway, so I've got my sock heel and ready to go on up and on the leg of my sock, and that will be that. So I'm working on that. It's great for carrying along, and I get to use the little yarn cozy that I made a while ago. That
It's so
holds my
cute.
yarn.
Yeah.
It's like a little happy times. So that's good. So then, in addition to that, after we last recorded and talked about the D&D Easter, the D&D Easter cow,
Easter. Yes.
D&D Easter cow, I decided to make a little egg bag, a little Easter egg bag, which is very much like a dice bag, but you could put eggs in it instead of dice. Eat dice.
Right.
So I had the framework for a dice bag pattern that I designed for the book, and so I took that and I'm putting a different color work pattern on it. So I'm bringing out. So like here you can kind of see it says knits, and then I've got like a little 20 there.
Ah,
And some more knits there, and a little 1 on this side. You get 20, you get a 1. And it's going to say crits and knits with the
I love
20
it.
and the 1s. So, yeah.
Yay.
And of course, the inside with all of my beautiful like floats and even like the ladder back jacquard, like there, for example.
I finally
And,
found good instructions for that. I'm looking forward to trying it.
Oh, good. That's exciting. I taught myself how to do it when I designed that other dice bag and love it. And so I had to look up the instructions again because it's been a year since I've done it. And the instructions reminded me and it was great. And I'm having a good time with it. But then I set it back down so that I can work on my sock again because I want to go ahead and finish the sock, which, it's got the the beautiful green
The,
and
the very
red,
matching.
just
Yep.
right. I'm calling these the socks of Danny's consternation. So,
You're not wrong.
it's like truth in advertising right there.
Yep.
So that's what I've been working on.
Well, awesome. Well, speaking of D&Dster, we decided we're going to go ahead with this. So, yeah. A very, very, very loosey-goosey knit-along. The requirement is that you make something that is related to D&D or Easter. And the end date is Easter. And
Of this year.
of this year. Yeah, this year.
Because Easter
It does happen every year, but
It
this
does happen every
specific
year, but not at the
upcoming
same time every year.
I know, it's
That is
crazy.
true. But no, we're being specific that it is this Easter of 2024. That is this year, right? Yes.
That is this year.
I had a moment where I had to think about that.
You know, it's one of those things where I'm doing reporting for 2023, but also planning for 2025. So I don't know. It could be
a lot of
any
numbers.
year. That is a lot of numbers.
Yeah.
I'm hoping Tiana's not counting right now, but you know,
Nope.
excellent, excellent.
No counting.
Good.
This is Seed Stitch. It's knit one, purl one for forever.
You'd be surprised at how many times I've screwed that one up.
As long as I don't have to count, I just need to remember to bring the
Switch.
yarn forward or back.
Yeah. I don't think we have any prizes planned. It's just something that we can all do together and talk about. Because we're making it official now, when we're done today, I'm going to put up a channel. Yes, that's what it's called. A channel
Channels.
in our Discord. And let me go ahead and pull up the invite thing again. You know, it's hard to come up with these invite links. They're very strange, Discord, the way they do them. But there's another link to Discord, dropped it
Hey.
in the chat. So come join us. Follow what we're making for D&Dster. And all the other random stuff that we've got. We do have one more giveaway we're going to do. Do we want to? We might as well start it today, right?
Sure.
We'll
You're the
start it
boss.
today.
No gods, no kings.
So we have one more that is another Pearls Yarn Emporium with the yarn color Dungeon Master.
Ooh.
I'm very sad to be giving this one away because it is my colors. Like, these are the colors.
I'm
The
just gonna
royal,
come
the
over and
purple,
steal
the
that from
teal.
you.
Yeah. And
It
also,
works with your nail polish.
yeah. And also a bag to go along with it from Pearls Yarn Emporium. So this giveaway is for the yarn and the bag.
You can put the yarn in the bag.
I could
What?
put the yarn. Look at that. The yarn is in the bag.
It disappeared.
So yeah, we'll be doing that. That's our next giveaway. And because the yarn is called Dungeon Master, I want you to tell us about your Dungeon Master. Something about current Dungeon Master, past Dungeon Master, if you're the Dungeon Master, some sort of story about a Dungeon Master. And if you have never played D&D, well,
Make up something.
you know what? You are watching D&D right now, and I'm a Dungeon Master. You can tell a story about me. Or you can tell a story about Matt Mercer or Brendan Lee Mulligan or, you know, some DM that you've seen online. So just tell us something about a Dungeon Master. That's going to be the prompt for this one. And, yeah. So there's
Yeah,
that.
I think my recent favorite DM moment was when I was describing the characters being in a room that had exactly what they wanted, and then I was like, oh yeah, by the way, and I put a beholder mini down behind the altar.
Oh, is that the
and they
one where I
all
saw all the faces?
freaked. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
that
all
was
freaked the
beautiful.
freak out. It was so funny. Like they were all like, we're level 4. What are you doing?
I think my favorite moment happened about a month ago in my home game. And we've been playing this for 3 years. Just about. And
I think is this one that I was briefly in?
yes, I think so. Yeah. And it was a moment where a whole bunch of stuff came together all at once. And I'm not going to talk about it too much because not all of the characters know about it yet. Because only one of them rolled high enough to notice the thing.
Oh, I love those.
But I took a little thing that had been just a random roll on a table in like our first dozen episodes that they've been carrying along with them for 3 years. And I've now suddenly made it an integral part of this whole big plot. They can see how this ties into everything.
Yes.
And I'm just so excited to see the reveal when the rest of them find out what the hell's going on. I'm very excited. So I like when a plan comes together. Especially when a plan comes together after an accidental roll on a random table put something very useful in my path. So.
Those are some of the best moments. Like there was a whole big story thing that came out for Chaos Agents Campaign 1 because of a random draw at a shop full of a bunch of weird, random, useless things.
Nice. We like those.
One of them turned out to not be quite so useless.
I love that. I love that so much.
My favorite DM moment came when the dungeon master invited me to participate in a surprise one shot, and then I never left.
We trapped you.
Yep, you'll never get away from us. Sorry, man.
Nope.
Okay, I think I come out ahead on that trade, so it's all good.
I once described the action of a creature as it slurbling across the floor, and my players have never let me live that down.
Slibbering?
Slurble.
Slurbling.
Except I can feel what that is. Like
Yeah.
that word may not be a word, but it words.
But
it
it's
words
a word.
hard. Yeah. It like sends little shivers up the back of my neck.
Yeah. Yeah, they've never let me live it down.
That's a fantastic
Rin.
one.
Rin, you need to say something that makes Danny uncomfortable because Ian and
Everyone
I have
else
both
has
done that already today.
I mean, I try not to go out of my way to make my friends uncomfortable, but I'm sure something will come out eventually.
Yeah, we still have the whole game to play today, so
Yeah, I'd like for
night
our
is
soul
young.
to not be killed under a falling bookcase or something.
oh, that's not an option.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll be fine.
I mean, she's a tough old broad, so maybe.
Do we have anything else knitting wise to talk about? I feel like we hit all the high points. We talked
About
about
the Caroline Fiber Festival in a week and a half.
Oh, that's
That'll
kind
be
of
fun.
Yeah.
Yep. So anybody in Central North Carolina, if you're in Raleigh, you're at the Carolina Fiber Festival, March 8th and 9th, 7th and 8th or something like that. I'll be there. I'll have business cards with free patterns, codes for free Knitting Daddy patterns. So come find me and tell me you want a pattern. I'll give you one.
Very
Daddy,
cool.
can I have a pattern?
Yes. I'll give you 2 if you do it like that.
And that's where DB would get really uncomfortable.
Yeah,
DB
she's
can
not
have
here.
3.
Well, she might be here. She might be in the chat. I don't know.
I haven't seen her yet, but the
Me
last
neither.
thing I will do is another plug for the fundraiser for my puppy. We do have plans for her. She'd actually have her surgery now during the first week of April. So we are still trying to get a little bit more funding towards that. There's been a lot of help, and we appreciate that very much. I just want to give a big thank you to everyone who's bought patterns and made donations. Every little bit helps, and this poor girl is not going to be happy being crated for a couple of weeks after the surgery, but we got to do what we got to do because we want to keep her around. So I've put up my link to my bio.site, which is a fancy little link to just the important bits for me. You can get to my Ravelry patterns there. You can get to my website with all my designs. I don't sell them there. I only sell them through Ravelry right now. You can also get to
it's
the
like
Ko-fi.
it's like a link tree.
Yeah, it's like a link tree, but it came with my Squarespace account. So you get a free bio site with your Squarespace, and I like the way it looks and the functionality of it. So it's like a link tree, but it's a bio site. So,
Cool.
yeah. So if you are so inclined, please check that out. And yeah, I think that's it. We're going to take a brief break, get all of our stuff set up for recording and playing tonight, and we shall be back in about 10 minutes or so. See you soon. Bye. Hello, and welcome back to episode 31 of Crits and Knits. Who remembers what happened
Yeah.
last time?
Nah.
Nah, it's about a month ago.
We were in a library. Something big had just happened, and then we stopped, and I don't remember what the big thing was.
Let's see. Let me look up my
I
notes.
do, and I'm looking at my notes too. I remember that Herder and Nelitha went to the headmaster's office
Mm-hmm.
and maybe heard some like dictating a letter or something happening
Mm-hmm.
or something. And Nella was like, "We're not going to go try to do anything. We need to get the rest of the Scooby Gang together before we do anything on our own." And Herder was like, oh, "Okay, I guess that makes sense." Uh, and then also, then we went to the library
Mm-hmm.
and we met up. The whole gang got back together at the library, and they were going to have a like a dedication of something, that there was a donation of a lot of books or something like that,
Yeah.
maybe.
I think that's right.
Yeah, you guys had
And- Oh, a
met up
speech
and
was
found
gonna
a
be given.
poster. Yeah, you found a poster about this
Right.
speech in the library.
Right. So we decided to go, and I do remember at one point Herder sat down and kind of nodded off, but then somebody was talking to him, and he had the impression that he might have been involved in the donation to the library, and Herder did not correct them.
And
That's what I remember.
Oh, that says wizards. I thought it said lizards. It's like, why do evocation lizards wear orange?
Wizards, lizards.
Evocation wizards wear orange. I believe it was Assault who noticed that the different groups of wizards wore robes that seemed to correspond with the College of Magic that they were involved in.
With no necromancy college, allegedly.
Not that you could see.
Not that was visible, at least.
And then Nelitha snuck out, and as she was crossing the courtyard, she came across the figure of a very familiar, tall, elven wizard. And it was the headmaster, the one that was in the courtyard back home at Pennycross. And she continued to scurry on back to the headmaster's office to go do crime, we assume. We'll find out next time. Well, the rest of you were in the library, and the headmaster sort of walked in through the doors, that both double doors opened widely. There was a clear path in front of him. He had an entourage of aides that followed him up to the podium, and he was getting ready to speechify as we left.
The other thing that I remember is that there was a bit of a spat with Owen and Erasmus and Isolde talking about the headmaster and not going off half-cocked.
Yes.
And talking about how the actual specifications for the statue that showed up was showing the image of the person who owned the portal.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the person who did the thing.
Yeah. And so I believe...
Which I really remember because, like, afterwards I was like, hey guys, we good, everything. Yeah. Which we were. But I always like to check in.
And at this point, Herder is seated in the front row with a book and somewhat awake now because, you know, all the hubbub of the headmaster bursting in. Owen, you were at the back of the room?
Off to the side, towards the back. I wasn't in the front. That's
Okay.
all I remember.
And Isolde, where are you? Are you near?
I was against one of the walls.
Okay. And Erasmus was also near the wall. I believe after the discussion that the three of you had, he probably moseyed a little further off and pouted a bit. So he's not standing with the two of you. And there's a bit of a clearing of the throat, and the room goes silent as the headmaster draws himself upright. He is in these glorious, deep orange robes and a tall, pointy orange hat. My esteemed colleagues and students. And his voice is echoing a little bit more than it should. You're pretty sure there's something magical going on here to make him sound a little better. I stand before you today, not merely as a humble wizard, but as a fervent seeker of knowledge and wisdom. It is with great pleasure and profound gratitude that I extend my sincerest thanks to our generous benefactors for their invaluable contribution of books to our library. The renowned Nightshade family has donated the collection of the late, great Zale Nightshade to the Magrona Academy, and I cannot emphasize how honored we are to have access to the materials this incredible wizard used in his studies. And he surveys the room with a deep pause. In the hallowed halls of academia, where the pursuit of truth and enlightenment reign supreme, books serve as our most trusted companions and guides. They are the silent guardians of centuries past, preserving the collective wisdom of humanity for generations yet unborn. Like the phoenix rising from the ashes, each book in our collection embodies the spirit of resilience and renewal. Within their pages lie the secrets of the universe waiting to be unlocked, the mysteries of the mind begging to be unraveled, and the wonders of the world yearning to be explored. Yet, it is not merely the knowledge contained within these tomes that we celebrate today, but the boundless potential they possess to ignite the flames of curiosity and inspire greatness within each of us. For in the words of Zale Nightshade himself, books give a soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and life to everything. As we embark on our scholarly endeavors, let us heed the wisdom of these books as our guiding stars, illuminating the path towards enlightenment and understanding. Let us embrace the challenges that lie ahead with courage and determination, knowing that with each page turned, we inch closer to the truth. May the light of knowledge continue to shine brightly within our library walls, casting out the shadows of ignorance and ushering in an era of enlightenment for all. Thank you, and may the magic of learning guide us ever onward.
Herder leaps up and applauds like there's no tomorrow. And you could tell that he was moved and stirred by the talk of a love of books. And anybody else applauding?
Yes,
Okay.
the rest of the students and staff follow suit, and they applaud rather vigorously. What is everyone's passive perception? I know, hard questions early on.
17.
11.
Where is my passive perception?
Should be on the left-hand side of your...
Oh, there it is. Yeah, 16. Sorry.
Okay.
Passive wisdom perception.
So, Owen, you don't really notice anything out of the ordinary, but Isolde and Herder, again, you feel like the applause is maybe more than it should be, given the number of people in the room who are actually applauding.
I'm in the wrong character sheet.
Oh, that will do it. So you may have noticed as well.
17.
Yes. Okay. So
Hey!
all of you
It's like, why
notice.
do I only have 26 hit points?
Oh no, that's not enough.
Which character sheet were you in?
Flint Silver Axe.
Okay,
That's a cool name.
but definitely not Owen.
Not
No.
Owen Thorne.
All right. So you all notice that the applause seems enhanced. And Owen and Isolde, you both notice this small woman goes up to one of the headmaster's entourage and starts whispering. and points at Herder.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
And Herder, this is the woman that you were speaking with earlier. The library worker that you were speaking with earlier.
Right.
This member of the entourage waits for the applause to come down to a more interruptible level. And then the headmaster speaks again. I invite you all to enjoy your time in the library. The collection of Zael Nightshade will be on display in the private collections room for a few weeks before we make it available to the entirety of the student body. We do, of course, have to make sure that everything is appropriate for students. Some of it may be restricted to the professors. Thank you for your understanding. I believe there are some refreshments in the back. Enjoy your afternoon.
Have I heard the name Zael Nightshade before? I don't remember if I asked this a month ago.
Roll me an Arcana.
Arcana. It's intelligence based, so I suck at it. Oh, but I rolled a 15.
You don't know much other than he was a well-known wizard. And you're pretty sure he died a little while ago. You're not sure how long ago, but you heard that he died.
Is it long enough ago that the timing of this seems odd? Like, if this was going to be bequeathed to the college, it should have been sooner?
It seems maybe a little bit late for it to be a bequeathed thing. But the headmaster did specifically say that the family had donated the collection.
Sure.
So it could be that it was a delayed bequeathal. It could be that the family looked at it and said, well,
what the heck are we going to do with these?
Not really.
exactly. That's a lot of books. I don't have a room for it.
Oh,
Yeah. But yeah, you haven't... His name has not come up in-game before.
I didn't figure, but also, like, it was such a specific name.
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
So after the headmaster essentially dismisses everyone, this aide who had been speaking to the woman goes up to the headmaster and does a little bit of a whisper and a gentle head nod in Herder's direction. Herder.
Herder is walking to the refreshments table while this is happening.
All right. The headmaster steps down from the podium and begins striding. And once again, everyone just sort of parts in front of him. Yes.
Do we notice this conversation between these folks?
Yes. Owen and
Okay.
Assault both noticed this. Herder did not. Herder is headed towards the refreshments.
Thinking about food.
I
Yeah,
would
well-
like to make my way towards where Herder is making his way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm going to do so. Not like stealthily, but a little more like moving with the flow of the crowd to be in the vicinity if something goes sideways.
Sure. And the two of you also notice Kaylee had joined the crowd. It seems like
Our sweet girl.
It seems
Yes.
like the students were expected to be here for this announcement. And you see her grab a couple of her friends and approach Erasmus. And you're pretty sure
He has a fan club.
he does. He's not gonna be able to do much with you guys for a little while because his new daughter is bringing her friends over. Herder,
Yes, ma'am.
you feel a hand on your shoulder just as you reach the table.
All right. Herder turns around to see the source of the hand. Does he have to
Yes,
look up or?
It is the headmaster.
Hello, sir. This was a rousing speech I love books also. I love books. This was beautiful.
I'm so
was-
happy that you are pleased, Mr. Nightshade.
I-
Your
I'm
family's
sure
generous
Z-
donation is very much appreciated. And
I'm sure
clearly,
Zale would have been stirred in his soul to have heard your words as well.
I am so glad to hear that from you. This is the most generous donation. I'm very honored that your family chose us as the recipients of all of Archmage Zale Nightshade's collected wisdom. I assure you that we will protect it, take care of it, and study it appropriately.
That is nothing would bring me more joy to hear that. And I mean, Magrona Academy is so well regarded within the family that it was an easy choice for us.
Fantastic, fantastic. You know, I must say I'm rather disappointed that the magic has not manifested itself to quite the same extent in further generations, but regardless, we do appreciate your donations. If you would like to have a few moments with the books, we do have the private collection room set up. I would quite appreciate you taking a look at it and giving us your seal of approval for the arrangement and the care that we've taken with these items.
I would love that. I do want to get something to drink and a little pastry first, but then you can lead me to the way.
Certainly, certainly.
Thank you. So I grab a little pastry
Yeah.
and a little something to drink.
I will give you a few moments to have your refreshments. Of course, we don't want to bring food and beverage into the collection room, of course.
You passed the first test. That was an easy one, but
You do love your books, don't you?
oh, I love books.
I can see that it's clearly been a sacrifice for you to donate these to us. And again,
Well, it's the whole family.
I see. And so that's why you're here, of course, because you appreciate the books more than the
I love
rest.
the books.
Wonderful, wonderful. I will give you a few moments, and when you're ready, just come up to the podium, and one of my aides will show you to the collection room. And he
Excellent, thank
leans
you.
over and mutters something to one of the minions following him around.
All right, so her is like looking over the buffet table or whatever and getting something tasty to eat and something to drink. He is a little parched.
Snackies.
And once he's full, he goes over to where the headmaster had indicated at the front.
Isolt and Owen, what are you guys doing at this time?
Catching up with him.
Yeah.
I think you were both close enough to hear the headmaster call him Mr. Nightshade.
Okay.
Yeah.
And immediately thought, oh,
I
he
would
fucked up.
like both of you to give me a performance check.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Hmm. Yeah.
Oh
That's a-
dear.
That's a 7.
Okay.
It's a natural one for a total of 2.
Oh no. Okay.
Well, at least I didn't roll quite that poorly.
Well, where is my 20?
Oh dear.
Okay. Well, the good news is he wasn't really looking at you.
Oh, thank God.
So you're lucky that my die rolled low today. So do you join Herder at the refreshment table, or do you wait until he is walking away?
I'll wait till he's walking away.
Okay.
I will get a refreshment so we're not both doing the same thing.
Okay. All right. So, Herder, you've got your refreshment and you've made your way to the podium again. Isolde,
Okay.
you catch up with Herder there.
Mm-hmm. Hi.
Hey, they're going to let me look at all the books.
Have we lost you to the back room at this point?
Do you want to come? I can ask if you can come with me.
Honestly, I'd love to.
Okay. So anyway, he told me to come up to the podium when I was ready to go. So at the podium, let's look around at the podium. And did he like leave any papers on the podium or anything?
Oh no, this man memorizes his speeches.
Oh God.
Oh.
I don't know why that makes me distrust him more, but it does.
It's a nice podium.
Mm-hmm.
Owen, are you lingering at the
I'm
refreshment
gonna
table?
keep an eye on things. I trust Isolt to be able to handle herself and Herder.
Okay.
Me, I can do. Herder.
You can't even say that without laughing.
All right. So, Herder, you are at the podium with Isolt. You finished your snack, I assume?
Absolutely. I finished my snack before I came over because it was a test.
Beautiful. And one of the little minions comes over. Mr. Nightshade, sir. Hi, Nightshade, sir. Hi. Hello.
Hi. Yeah, I understand. I have the opportunity to go look at the books. Are you the one to take me and my friend to go see the books?
Yes, sir. I will escort you. And your security detail.
Absolutely. Yes.
Sure.
Roll me a performance check. Or a persuasion, whichever one.
Can I offer him the help action by looking
Absolutely.
big and intimidating?
It's 3 plus 11 is 14.
Okay.
Help action gives you advantage on that.
I'll pop it again. That is 4 plus 11.
Okay.
I tried. Okay.
There's still one more. So, this young halfling seems quite convinced. Right, sir. Yes. Is it just the two of you?
Her looks around, catches Owen's eye. Yep, just
One
the
kind
two
of
of
shakes
us.
his head a little bit.
Yeah, just the two of us.
Okay. Yes. Come right this way, sir. And
Thank you.
this little halfling takes you sort of around the side of the podium and around to the private viewing rooms. And I believe, Herder, you have found the private viewing area.
Excellent. Look at all these books, Isolt.
So for those who don't know, on the back end, we're using a new toy that we may show off at some point. But right now, I'm highly amused by watching our 8-bit selves bouncing around.
Yeah, it's fun.
Herder's just bouncing.
Yeah, there's lots going
There's
on.
a rope here.
Yeah.
I want to get past the rope.
I-
Are those special books back there?
Let's see. Let me.
It's a restricted section, don't you know?
But he said that I could look at
There we go.
anything. Back here.
I have
I'll look
moved
at
the
these books
restriction
back
for
here.
you. So you're
Right.
not in a restricted section at the moment. You're in a private viewing chamber. So
Just checking out all the books. Does he see any commonality? Any attempt at reasonable arrangement? What's he seeing?
go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Both of us or just him?
Happy to do that.
If you're both looking around, you could both make investigation checks.
Yeah, I'll look around.
16 plus 1, 17.
Okay.
No, 13.
All right. There are so many books. There are.
Imagine.
What? In a library? So many books?
But this is just this one man's collection. He has more books than I have, and I have an entire room in my house dedicated to my books. He's
One
got.
of these days, I'll show you all of the books that are in this house.
I was excited to see the ones that I did see. He's got probably more than
Herder is
you've got there.
practically
The
jumping up and down with joy.
the
Haha.
the walls are lined with shelves. Every wall in this room is lined with shelves, and there are two sets of shelves sort of sticking out in the middle as well to accommodate more books. There are easily 1,000 books in here. And it
So-
looks like the sort of back wall is more traditional, sort of textbook type books, books by other people. And the front wall is all notebooks that seem to be, some of them are hand bound. And you're quite certain that these are Zale Nightshade's personal notebooks. And there is one podium in the center there. And the book on it is very well loved. You can see the darkness around the edges where someone has flipped open the book hundreds of thousands of times. And that is Zale Nightshade's spellbook.
Yeah, so do you think we can take this one?
I'm gonna glance around to see if anyone's looking at us.
You are alone.
Do you have one of the fancy bags? Do you have like the bag of holding or
Oh.
something? Because Herder doesn't have anything like that.
Let me double check. I think I do have a bag of holding because that's just like the
If
kind of thing that I
Erasmus were
tend
here,
to
we could put
have.
it in his hole.
I do have a bag of holding.
I think
Are
we
you
should
going to
it.
take it?
How much trouble do we want to be in if it's discovered? Is there another book? Is there another book in here that looks kind of similarly well loved that would pass at a quick glance until someone like took a better look?
Do the Indiana Jones swap it out thing?
Yeah.
Roll me another investigation, looking specifically for a comparable book.
Ugh, you're asking me to roll intelligence
I
things.
know.
Why would you do this to me? 16.
Okay.
Well,
There is one of his notebooks that looks similar. And you think it might be an option to swap them?
Is there a reason why we would want to swap them? Is there a reason why we need this?
this is the wizard that did all the bad stuff, and he's got this book collection. He's obviously put this in a special place. Erasmus probably wants to see it.
Wait, what makes you think that this is a wizard that did a lot of bad stuff?
Why are we
I have
here
not
if
seen the
we're not?
connections.
This is what we came for, right?
I mean, the others seem to think that we came to deal with the headmaster, thinking that he's the big problem, and now you're thinking that Nightshade is.
Oh,
Look,
no.
everyone's
the
going off
headmaster
half-cocked
put
today.
I think that the headmaster put this book here on purpose because I don't. He may have had the books for a long time.
Huh?
Don't make me make it make sense.
Make
These
it
are
make
books.
sense. If we are stealing someone's spell book, which is like, I'm a paladin. My goddess gives me my abilities. I don't mess with spell books, but I've had enough wizard friends to know that's not something you mess with. Now, he's dead, but
Yeah, you're right. He's dead. He's not going to miss it.
someone's going to. Someone's already taken inventory of this. I would very much guess that we've got at the outside a couple of days before someone figures it out. That's at the absolute outside.
A couple of days.
That's at the absolute outside.
We'll be
And
long
then
gone.
we're dealing with a magic school full of people who know how to track things with magic.
Can they track it if it's inside Erasmus's hole?
I honestly don't know enough about wizard magic to know that. I do know that wizards can locate objects with a spell, but I don't know if that counts if it's on a demiplane of existence.
if we can't take this book, can we at least take one book? I love the books. You like remember with the Beholder, I got all the books.
You
And
did.
I you know,
I'm gonna look at the notebook that I found that was similar to the spell book and do like a quick flip through to be like, does this at least give us enough secrets that Herder would be happy?
That particular book seems like it's got a lot of working out spells.
Ooh.
It doesn't look like it's got the final spells, but it's got a lot of the progress and process.
The
along
theory
way.
crafting.
Yeah.
I'll show that to Herder. What about something like this? Again, these have all been inventoried. You remember what your sweetie was doing with all of the books that we got from the Beholder? They've done that to these.
do you think Hesper would like this book?
Yes,
Put
probably.
it in your bag, please. I want to take it home.
If I get fireballed for this, I'm blaming you. And I'll open my bag of holding.
And I'll dump that book in there. That is way too much calculating that Danny is doing.
I
right
know,
now.
I'm
No,
terrified.
it's fine.
I'm really worried this is gonna be like Candlekeep, where you can't do things like that.
Sorry, I shouldn't make that evil laugh. I apologize.
No, you're not sorry at all.
Not even a little. Okay. So
He has regrets about not going into back his old up with Herder.
He had to
Herder's
go to the
very
bathroom.
convincing. Like Isolde also has high charisma, but up against a bard, come on.
you've retrieved the one notebook.
Mhm.
You've left the spell book.
Mhm.
Are you taking any of the other books? Are you touching them? Are you looking at them?
I'm definitely looking at, to get an idea of what's in here, and from what you told me before, I'm feeling that there's like a textbooky type of section and a personal notebooky kind of section.
There's
Probably
also
gravitate.
a section of what appears to be fiction.
Oh, fiction.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go look over at the fiction section.
Okay.
I'm going to wait until he's very distracted, digging through all of the other books, and then carefully like pull that notebook back out of the bag of holding and put it back where it belongs.
Okay.
That totally checks out, though.
Um,
Yeah. So Herder's
I'm
looking at the
chaotic
fiction
good, not chaotic stupid.
So Herder, you're over here looking at some
Okay.
of these books. I would like you to roll me an investigation, please.
Mm-hmm. I can do that. 8.
Yikes.
Okay. You
What was
reached
that?
out. That was one of the safety tools available.
I clicked a button. Sorry.
There are some fantastic safety tools available on One More Multiverse, including a place where you can say that you are comfortable with the content or uncomfortable with the content, and it simply says someone is comfortable with it or someone is uncomfortable with it. It doesn't
Aw.
tell you
I'm
who.
I'm not actually uncomfortable. I'm doing this thing to. Oh,
Aw.
okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So
That's very neat.
it's a very non-confrontational message to let everyone know that one of the players is uncomfortable. It's like an X card, but without
Yeah.
indicating who
It's
is.
It's an anonymous
It
X
is.
card,
It's
which
an
is even
anonymous X
better.
card, which is a really nice way so that if someone is uncomfortable, you can use that and everyone knows that we're going to just back away. We don't have to say who it is or why they're uncomfortable. We're just going to back away and move to something else. And I really like that they integrated that straight into One More Multiverse.
I do too. I would personally then want to be like, I would want, if I were the GM on this, I would want to know who hit that so that I could talk to them privately and ask,
Yeah.
hey, what about this made you uncomfortable? I don't want to do that again.
Yeah, it doesn't. I wonder if it shows me. It does not show me in the GM chat.
That's
unfortunately.
something that I would like send to them as a suggestion to be like, yo, I
Yeah.
do need to be able to talk to my players and ask them what's going on so
Yeah.
that I don't hit that trigger again.
Yeah. But in the meantime, Herder, you're looking at these books and you're trailing your fingers across the spines as you're reading some of the titles. And I need you to roll me initiative, please.
Oh no.
Well, at least the salt isn't very far away.
6.
6. Okay. Okay.
Your dice hate you today.
Really loves the books. He's easily distracted. Doesn't think straight. The dice hate me, yes, but it all checks out.
But there is a character reason behind it.
Right.
Okay. So, what's your AC, Herder?
13, I think. Yeah, 13.
Well, the good news is
Oh no.
that of tails and teeth does not actually make contact when it bites you.
It's a mimic.
Salt. This book hurt me.
Did you get a paper cut?
More than that. So the book has bitten me or tried to bite
tried
me.
to bite you.
Yes.
Okay. But it did not make the contact. So he jumps back when that happens as well.
All right. It is.
I don't know what's going on.
Well, it gets an opportunity attack when you jump out of range,
Yep.
Sweet.
and a 20 will hit you. And it lashes out with a pseudopod for 9 points of damage.
Push the buttons on my thing for that to happen. Assault.
Come in.
And Assault, please roll me an initiative.
Sure.
Owen.
Yeah, that tracks. I'm a paladin. I have paladin and cleric initiative. 3.
Oh no. Okay.
Yes.
I was called over by him yelling, so
Yeah. So you get to go next. And you see a book with teeth and a pseudopod that is retracting after smacking Herder.
okay. I'm going to take that in very quickly and then point a finger and with a voice booming with the power of a goddess say grovel and cast command on the mimic.
Okay.
That is a DC 16 wisdom saving throw.
All right. Let's see. That is a 19.
All right. Fair enough. I will draw my weapon and use a bonus action to set it on fire, which is everyone's favorite thing in a library.
Okay.
But that is the end of my turn. Well, I'll move closer so that I'm in. I am close enough to be in melee with this thing.
All right. Before we go any further, Owen.
Mhm.
It looks like Owen's been wandering around the library.
Owen took a bathroom break because I found a bathroom in the corner.
I saw Owen take a bathroom break.
Yes, this library.
He
does
washed
have
his
bathrooms.
hands.
Good for him.
Owen, I would like you to roll me a perception check, please.
Okay. Sorry, it's a new toy. I gotta
It is.
play around
It's
with it.
fantastic. I love that it's got stuff like that.
Perception check.
Yes, please.
9.
Okay. I would like you to roll me luck.
I know we put that mechanic in, but I don't remember
Yeah,
where.
it should be at the bottom of your skill
Oh,
list.
I found it. 17.
Okay. Luckily, you happened to be walking very near that private collection room when Herder shouted for Isolt.
Is anyone like guarding this?
You see one young, very scared-looking halfling standing
Oh.
outside the door. Hello. Hello. You look, are you part of the security detail?
Yes.
Okay, it sounds like they might need you. Would you like to go
Yes.
in?
Yes.
Thank you. Oh, and go ahead and roll initiative.
Okay. I love my cranky old man.
He's such a dear.
I do love that I put that luck in just for things like this. Luckily,
6.
you were in the right place. Okay. Well, Owen, you were able to get into the room, but you'll have to wait for the next round to actually do anything.
Sounds good.
This mimic did not like that Isolt has lit a flaming sword. And
No one likes it, like the flaming sword in the library, in fairness.
exactly. And it's going to reach out with a pseudopod and attempt to hit Isolt. And that is an 11.
Try.
All right, that doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I'll just let my laugh speak for that.
And it has tried to reach you and failed. But you hear a sound from further away. A similar sort of slurpy sound.
I saw that bookshelf change. That was cool.
And this one
Whoa.
no longer looks like a book. This thing is now an amorphous blob sitting in this lower corner.
Okay.
I don't think it actually has a lot of movement. I'm trying to see. Oh, it can move a little. So it uses its action to change its shape, and then it moves just a little.
Oh.
Woo!
And you can see it sort of poking around the corner.
It's peeking.
But that is Mimic
Hello,
Wee's turn. Herder, it's your turn again.
All right. Herder wants to move as far away from the mimic that went at him as
Okay.
he can. So he says he can move 25 feet.
Okay.
Aw.
So we're going to be
His
moving
little
away.
legs.
Little dwarf
Yeah.
with little legs.
Yeah, little cutie slow dude there.
Okay.
And then I don't remember the mechanics. Can he attack as well?
Yes.
Because then he wants to throw the boomerang at him.
Okay. So you won't be able to get it. I don't think you'll be able to get it around the corner to the one that was where you were standing before, because it is on the opposite side of a shelf.
Gotcha.
But you can
Oh, yeah.
see the blobby one down the hall
All
from
right.
you. So you can hit the second
Okay.
one.
Yeah, I will try to do that.
Okay.
Oh, I'll have to read about the boomerang again. Because and remember, Herder doesn't know it's
Right.
like a magic item.
Oh, right.
So he just thought it was just a regular boomerang. This spent piece of wood could be thrown as a ranged weapon. So I'll try to do that. I'll tell it to attack. Action, attack with the boomerang. So that was a 10 to hit.
That does not hit.
Okay. Now I think some things still might happen to him.
You need to roll a dexterity check, please.
Yeah. Not 20.
Okay, you catch
Holy
it.
shit.
And I catch the boomerang.
All right. Okay. Owen, you're up.
And I have to. I'm being summoned. I'll be right back.
Sure. Absolutely.
Skip me. Pretend I'm still
On your way in.
futzing around with the halfling.
Not a problem. All right, Isolt, you're up.
I'm gonna stab a mimic
Please do.
with a flame tongue longsword.
All right.
That is a 26 to hit.
That will hit.
Oh God. All right, so the D8 rolled an 8, so that's 15 regular damage, and it is on fire, so I'm going to roll 2 more D6 to add to that. Good Lord. That's another
Alright.
11 fire damage, so that is 26 damage total.
All right.
And you know, I'm here. I might as well. I haven't done this in a hot second. I'm going to use a spell slot to deal an extra 2d8 radiant damage with a smite.
All right, let's smite this thing.
Smite, smite, smite. That is an additional 8 radiant damage.
All right. It looks unwell.
Good.
It is on fire
Not so good.
in a bookshelf.
Yes.
It is still in
Yep.
its book form.
Yep. I'm about to get keel hauled.
All right. It is the mimic's turn. And it is going to reach out with the pseudopod and try to grab you.
It's certainly welcome to try.
That is a 14.
I'm just gonna say my AC is 23.
Yeah, it's probably
So
it's probably
I
not
don't
gonna grab
I
you.
don't know if the mimic can hit high enough short of a nat 20.
Barely. Yeah, so that doesn't really work. The second mimic
Clanky clanky, holy tanky.
moves a little bit closer.
Owen, need you to
Um,
focus on that one.
Herder.
Yeah.
I know it's unfair when he's not here. Sorry. E.
I would like you to roll me a quick perception check.
A quick perception
Just a
check
quick perception
gives me a 21.
All right, so you do notice another mimic pop from the wall behind you.
Mother. Oh my God. Okay, cool.
And it moves forward. But it used its action to change from a book into a mimic shape, so it doesn't actually
Yeah.
hit you this time.
Okay.
That was those mimics' turn. Herder, it is your turn.
All right, so there's a mimic right on my back.
Yep.
And so I want to like turn around and look at it. And I'm going to, at 4th level, cast the Dissonant Whisper spell.
Ooh, okay.
And I think it's, yes. And I'll be just like, you are you are an abomination to books. It is so, you should not have done this. I don't know what you're doing, but it's an abomination for books. And so this is a DC Wisdom 16.
Okay, let's see what we've got here. That is a 16. So it beats.
And it's just like, whatever. All right, let me. Okay, and so I still have some movement available to me. Shit, I don't see much place to go, but I'm gonna kind of like come into the corner.
All right, as you try to run away from it, it is going to make an attack.
Smack at me, right?
And that is a 17. Will that hit you?
Yeah, I'm a 13.
All right, I need you to make a strength check to see if you can get away from its grapple.
I doubt it. 7.
It is adhered to you,
Oh, sweet.
so
I'll go back over
you
there.
get to stay right there by it. It is holding on to you with a little tentacly bit.
I'm kind of slurpled.
You are slurpled. All right, Isolt, you're up. So you've got the one that is right behind you, Isolt. You've got one that is coming up to you, and one that is behind Herder, holding on to him.
Love that. Sorry, is it my turn? I got
Yeah.
distracted.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep stabbing the one that is directly in front of me
Fantastic.
because it's here.
And you're doing good damage to it.
Yeah. But a nat 1 is still not going to hit, regardless.
It is not. And with a nat 1, I think your sword goes out.
Okay.
Anything else for you to do on your turn?
I will use a bonus action to relight it,
All right.
and that's my turn.
Okay. The mimic is still on fire.
Cool.
So do you want to go ahead and roll your fire damage for that? I believe that was 2d6.
Does it? Okay.
It keeps getting damage as long as it's burning, yes?
That is not how it is. That is not how it is phrased on here.
Oh,
so
okay.
on the actual sword, while the sword is ablaze, it deals an extra 2d6 damage to any target it hits, but not necessarily that it's ongoing like Blazing Smite.
Okay, so it's not so much that the mimic was then on fire, it just was damaged by fire.
Correct.
Okay, that's probably a little better for the books in general.
It's a little better for the books. I do mourn the loss of damage, but I also like the books not getting charred.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay, sorry.
that's fine. Let's let Owen have a turn. So
What did I miss?
you have come in. There is
Lots of killing mimics. There's 3 of them now.
Okay.
a
Oh,
mimic
God.
still in book form that is over by Isolt. There is a mimic in blobby mimic form approaching Isolt from below. And there is a mimic in mimic form that you probably can't see from where you're standing that is grappling Herder.
Okay.
Even though you can't see it, I'm sure you heard her say, "What the sweet hell?"
I'm gonna pull out my long sword and attack. Whoops, I'm not gonna go on top of it. I'm gonna attack this one down here so it
All
doesn't
right.
flank Isolt. Attack. Dragon's Wrath longsword.
Ooh.
It has been a hot minute since we last had combat.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I have to remember how everything works.
Dirty 27.
That
Yeah.
absolutely hits it.
All right, let's say I did it two-handed because I'm not holding anything, so might as well. 13 damage.
And that's
That is oh, what cold damage?
are you
Oh no, slashing damage. Slashing damage.
And are you using D&D Beyond or are you just rolling?
Yes.
Okay. So it gave you extra damage for hitting a nat 20?
No.
Okay. What is your damage die?
It is a 1d10 plus 4.
So we will do another 10 damage.
I didn't get a natural 20 though.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. So you have hit it, and it does not like that very much. Anything else for you?
Yes, because
So you have a second attack, don't you?
I have a second attack.
Fantastic.
It does do cold damage also, but
Okay.
we're not going to worry about that right now because I have to read up on it. Second attack. Let's hit it again.
All right.
Dirty 23.
That definitely hits.
You know, you don't have to say the dirty part when it's above 20, right?
Well, I don't. Well, yeah, but I have like a +8, so it could have been a 28.
Okay.
Y'all don't know what my modifier is. And that's an 11 damage.
All right. So 11 damage.
I
And
mean,
it
now we
is-
know it's 8.
Yeah, now you
Yeah,
know it's 8, so I won't say it.
Maker's
Yeah, I-
mercy. Speaking of not playing this game for a while, I forgot I get 2 attacks per turn. Okay, we'll just roll
catch
on
up
past
next time.
that.
Oh, I get
And-
3 attacks per action now.
Oh.
And E, you can talk dirty anytime you want. It's fine.
Thanks.
Talk dirty to me.
All right, so let's have Owen's third attack then.
And 18.
That also hits.
All right. And that is a 7.
All
Running
right.
out of steam.
It is also
It's
looking
hard when you're old.
unhealthy.
Okay. Good.
But it is now the Mimic's turn.
Oh.
The first one is going to... it's going to try to bite Isolt.
Okay.
And with a 25,
That does hit.
it does. So that is going to be 9 points of piercing damage plus 8 points of acid damage.
So 17 total.
Yes.
My 144 hit points barely blinks at that.
The Mimic at Owen is going to try attacking with its pseudopod. That is a 10 to hit. That's not going to hit
Misses.
Owen. And the one that has grappled Herder is going to try to smack you again, Herder. But if you're grappled, it's got advantage, correct?
I think so.
That is a 13 to hit. I don't think that will
I have a 13 AC.
Meets it,
meets
beats
it
it.
beats. So it's going to hit you for 8 points of damage.
Okey-dokey.
I've got to switch my dice. These ones are terrible. Just in that they're really hard to read the numbers.
Oh, they seem to be doing pretty good against Herder.
Yeah. But speaking of, Herder, it's your turn.
All right. So as I'm grappled, what I was trying to read up on grappling, I can still fight when I'm grappled. Should
Yes.
I try to do
Yes.
something to ungrapple?
So you can use your action to get out of the grapple, or you can use your action to attack it.
Yeah. I am going to use my action to ungrapple.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me a strength check.
It's athletics, isn't it? Just because it's athletics versus athletics or
Yes.
acrobatics.
Yeah.
All right,
Athletics.
so 17.
You managed to escape.
Hey.
Okay.
So,
And I will tempt fate again by running away to the corner.
all right. Let's see. It will still get an opportunity attack.
Right.
That's a 22.
Oh.
Please
Are you
roll me
grappling
another.
again? You
Roll
smacking
another
me?
athletics to see if you can avoid the grapple.
Okay. 21.
You managed to escape the grapple, so you get away.
Yay. All right. Running over to the corner, trying to get out of the way.
All right.
You guys, it's dangerous hanging out with y'all. These were supposed to be books.
Oh, and it's
Books
your
in a
turn.
wizard's library.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the thing. It's a wizard library.
I'm beginning to think he knew you weren't Mr. Nightshade.
Possibly. I'm sorry, whomst did you say, Danny?
Owen.
Oh, again?
You're technically between Herder and Assault.
We skipped your turn earlier.
Oh, okay. I thought we were just like skipping it forever, but that's fine.
No.
I'll go again.
We're not skipping your
Please.
turn forever. We like you, Owen.
We need
Natural
you.
20.
Beautiful. All right, so roll your damage.
Oops. That is a. So it's one full die and then roll
Yeah.
the other one.
Yeah.
So 14 plus 4 is 18. And then since
then
I got a natural 20, I looked up what the cold damage does. And every creature of my choosing within 5 feet takes 5 cold damage. So
All right.
cold damage that mimic 2 for 5.
That mimic has been defeated.
Yeah!
Hooray!
Woohoo.
Suck it!
So that was one hit. Are you doing anything else?
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I'll move over here.
You got
Come
some more
help
attacks. You got some more attacks.
Come
Go.
help me!
In
Oh.
a minute.
Go help him. He needs it more.
You should have enough.
Another natural 20.
All right. Beautiful. Go ahead and roll your damage.
12 plus 4 is
12 plus 4 is
16. And then another 5 is 21.
21. My brainy math skills are up to date because I played a third grader.
Yeah, because
game
you're a third
yesterday.
grader.
There was one that where my brother was absolutely judging me because he was like, "You keep getting the wrong answer." I was continuously getting the wrong answer. He was right, but
And you have your third attack, yes?
Yes, so that mimic is still up.
It is still up, yes.
Okay. I'll hit it again. That is a 15 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. 10 damage.
All right. It is starting to look rough.
Okay.
Isolt, you're up.
all right. I am going to stab the one that I'm next to twice because now I remember how paladins work.
All right. Stabby,
It's been a
stabby.
minute. 27 to hit.
Oh, absolutely.
And that is 13 plus 10. So 23 points of damage on that.
It's looking bad.
Good. And that is 29 to hit.
That absolutely hits.
Good. And that is 12 plus
A dead
8.
mimic.
So 20. Yeah, just like hack and slash this thing. And then with my movement, I will move to assist Owen. So
Okay. Next up.
can I get to the mimic approximately from there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Close quarters combat.
I'm a paladin. That's our thing.
So next up
I mean, there
is
are-
the mimic.
There are ranged paladins. It's just not as common as it's just not as common as you might think.
This mimic is going to attempt to bite Owen. And that is going to be 14 to hit, so I don't think.
This is.
All right. Herder, you notice another new friend has entered combat.
Dang, big Nimit. This is pretty sweet.
And
actually.
that one tries to reach out to hit you with a pseudopod.
Yeah.
Will a 17 hit you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that is 11 points of damage. And I need you to roll me another acrobatics, please.
Acrobatics. Seven.
You are stuck to it.
Sweet.
Oh, no.
But it is now your turn.
Can I cast a spell?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, all right. I am dissonant whispering this guy that I'm stuck on.
Okay.
So that was where'd my spells go? It was the 16 wisdom, I think.
All
Yeah.
right. Let's see how wise it is.
Come on, you stupid bookcase.
That is a 12. It is a stupid bookcase.
All right. Okay, so that is 66 damage, psychic damage, which a lot of low numbers. So 21.
Okay. All right. Anything else for you, Herder? You're just going to stay in his sticky embrace.
Doesn't dissonant whispers make it also like run away?
Oh yeah, wait, that's right.
Because my bard will always use that as
Yes.
a get away
Oh.
from me, I am squishy spell.
Right. Target must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it takes damage and must immediately use its reaction to move as far away as possible. On a successful,
Okay. Well, it drops you
yeah,
and doesn't get very far because they don't move very far.
well, yeah.
But it dropped you.
But
That's
it
what I
dropped
cared
something.
about.
Yeah. Can I can still move. I haven't done any moving at this point. But you know what? Herder has remembered that when he moves past one of these things, they smack him.
They do.
He's not moving this time.
All right, good plan, Herder.
Herder doesn't have a
Pattern-
lot of experience with mimics as a mere level 8 dude. So he hasn't encountered them before. Maybe read about them in some of his books. And he's learning from the School of Hard Knocks. Don't run past a bookshelf that's smacking you.
Good plan, good plan. At least he's picking up on it. All
Pattern
right.
recognition. We appreciate it.
Owen, you're up.
I'm gonna hit the one closest to me.
All right.
Dirty 20.
That hits.
Their thing.
Dirty. 6.
Okay. And for
And
your...
again,
Get it again.
23
That hits.
with a 13 damage.
Ooh, okay.
Still up.
It is still up. It's not looking
Okay.
good, but it's still up.
One more again.
All right.
21.
That hits.
12.
And you have vanquished yet another.
Yee.
All right. And Isolt, you're up.
All right. Seeing that one got vanquished, I'm going to go and whack the one that up until recently had Herder in its grasp.
All right.
So that is a 30 to hit.
That definitely hits.
I would be very concerned if it didn't.
But is it a dirty 30?
The dirtiest of 30s.
This mimic is looking pretty bad.
So that is total 18 damage.
All right. It's still up.
Dirty 20.
That
hit.
hits.
And that is 12 plus 8 is 20 damage.
And that one falls into a pile of goo. All right.
Look around, sword still flaming. Ooh, love the sword, Owen.
Yee.
Definitely like looking around and just kind of like keep like sword still flaming in hand, looking around, waiting for some like I'm gonna start stalking through the shelves, waiting for something else to like reach out and grab me.
Okay. You do a good job of walking around, but nothing reaches out and grabs you. You have taken care of all of the mimics that were in this room.
Okay.
There is still some purplish goo on the floor.
I'll hold up the sword in like a fencer's salute and turn off the flaming aspect before checking it for cleanliness because Narnia scarred me at a young age. And then sheathe it.
Oh,
Why did
Sorry.
that statue move around?
that would be me clicking the wrong thing. I thought I was grabbing the whole screen to move and look in a different spot, but it's fine.
thought I did it.
All right. So you have successfully defeated the mimics that were in this room.
Yay!
Hooray!
Hooray!
Assault.
Hmm?
Can we take the other spell book now? I think we earned it. Can you swap the one that you put in your bag for the other spell book?
I think that it will do more good here, where it can educate many generations of young spellcasters.
Okay, fine. Hesper she'll like the notebook you got in your bag though, at least. So at least there's that.
Completely straight faced, I'm sure.
Would you like to roll a deception check on that?
Sure.
Herder will fail.
Okay.
Herder will 100% believe her.
Okay.
He's hurt and tired and misses Hespera. So
All
you
right.
can try to deceive me if you want, but it will succeed.
Yeah, I won't roll then.
Okay.
I do feel a little bit bad for him, so I'll. At this point, we have kind of earned something, so I will like sticky finger that notebook again, and stick that back in the bag. I'll decide later if I'm actually going to give it to him.
Okay.
As paladins don't have to be lawful good anymore, and I take full advantage of that.
You're just lawful.
No,
All right.
they only have to follow the precepts of their god or goddess, and my goddess is chaotic good.
Ah.
Emphasis on chaotic.
Well, that feels nice. I like that. Okay.
Do you think maybe we should go find Erasmus and
Yes.
just yeah.
All right.
Herder, how are you doing? How are you looking like health wise? Because Isolde's not. Isolde has a couple bruises. She's fine.
Yeah. Herder.
Herder's not looking the best.
Yeah.
How
Feel
bad?
pretty.
On a scale of 1 to 10, he's about a 5.
So okay, I'll just go ahead and do this. I'll reach over and gently put a hand on his shoulder and do lay on hands for 60 HP.
All right.
How you
feels
feeling there,
better.
buddy?
That just brings me. I don't get the extra right. It just brings me to max.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
I wasn't sure where you were at, so I just went ahead and dumped all of what she can do.
Yes. I feel good as new. Let's do it again.
And Herder, you have you've learned a lot recently in your adventures with this group.
Poor thing.
And you're going to
Learned more
level
than
up
I wanted
to
to.
level 9.
Yay!
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 Exciting. Very
All
good.
right.
But yeah, I think we're gonna go find Erasmus and at least Erasmus, hopefully Nelitha in the near to middling future.
All right. So, with Herder feeling much better, you depart the private collection room and head back out into the main library, where there's still quite a bit of celebration going on. The refreshment table is still being restocked by the various staff, and
Herder's going straight to that refreshment table, get something to drink, and kind of look around to see if anybody looks like they heard any of the commotion. If anybody is paying attention to the room.
as you walked out of the room, that one little helper halfling is looking at you with wide eyes. Is everything okay in there?
It is now.
Do I
But
need to do anything? Do we need to get help? Do we need to do anything?
Janitorial services?
we should probably have a word with the headmaster.
Yes.
Okay, I'll take you to the headmaster.
Thank you.
Come this way.
Thank you very much.
And she will
And trying to exude an aura of like warmth and comfort for the child.
she will lead you all to the headmaster directly. Ah, Mr. Nightshade. Was the collection to your satisfaction? Did you like the display of the spellbook? I was quite proud of that myself.
That was a beautiful display. I don't remember Zale having the fiction book collection that was that was in there.
Yes, that was a bit of a surprise to us, but I think that some of the students should enjoy a bit of non-academic reading in their downtime. Don't encourage a lot of it, but, one must occasionally rest from the toils, refresh oneself. I did have some
I hope
fantastic ideas while reading a few rather smutty novels. They help with some creativity.
excellent. I hope the students find it equally as helpful. About the spell book, have you learned anything interesting from it?
I have not had a chance to dive deeply into it. I did briefly peruse it when it first came in. There are certainly some new spells that I look forward to studying and perhaps adapting for my own purposes, but at this time I have not thoroughly investigated it.
Well, surely you will keep the family informed as you research. Much
Oh,
of it is mysterious to us as well.
certainly I can send you a detailed letter on my final findings if you'd like.
We would appreciate that greatly.
Certainly, yes.
And just for your information, there were mimics in the collection.
I'm sorry?
Mimics. You're familiar? Creatures
Oh,
that can
quite,
look like
yes.
whatever they like? Excellent. There were 4 of them.
4 mimics in the collection.
Yes.
Huh.
I don't think there are more, but it would not hurt to have a closer look.
Right. How did they... I shall investigate this somewhat further. There were none when I assembled the collection, and I personally went through each book. So, thank you for bringing that to my attention.
Certainly. You may want to get some janitorial staff in there. They leave a rather nasty
That
ectoplasm behind.
Purple goo, yes. I shall ensure that happens. He snaps his fingers, and that same little halfling comes running up. Yes, sir? Get the janitors, and keep everyone else out of the private collection. Yes, sir. And she scurries off. Right, well, I apologize for that, Mr. Nightshade. That was unfortunate. Are you injured at all? Can I offer you a healing potion? We have several available.
I would be delighted to take a healing potion. Just, I don't need it right now, but I might, these bones are getting old.
Certainly,
I
yes.
might need it on the journey home. I would also appreciate if you have perhaps a little stronger drink than what is on the refreshment table.
A man after my own heart. Yes. Perhaps you'd like to join me in my office.
I would love that.
Fantastic. Give me just a few minutes to retrieve a healing potion for you, and then you can accompany me to my office with your
My
security
friends and me,
detail,
of course. Yes, and my security. Yes.
Yes, of course.
There's one other member of my security force is probably outside waiting, so we may pick him up as well.
Certainly. Want to keep the venerable nightshades safe.
Appreciate that. As safe as those books.
Right, yes. And he frowns a little. Enjoy your refreshments, and I will return for you shortly. And he
Thank you.
disappears into the crowd. And that's where we're going to leave it for tonight.
All right.
Thank you for playing.
Yeah. Thank you
Fun
for
to fun.
running.
Hope we had some fun killing some stuff. It's
Yeah.
not
Stab,
a
stab,
thing we often
stab.
do, but I'm glad we got a chance to pull out the character sheets and dust them off.
Yeah,
Murders.
and remember that we're able to attack more than once,
Yeah.
which I legitimately forgot.
Herder is going to be very conflicted about his relationship with books at this point.
Aw.
But here's a cool thing. Because the mimics were books, we can absolutely say that notebook that found its way back into Isolde's bag was a mimic in disguise. And that's why it's not there anymore.
There you go.
I got you, boo.
So you didn't steal anything. It just was a mimic, and it's now dead.
Exactly. It was a mimic, and now it's gone. And if there are 5 books missing as opposed to the 4 that Isolde said, well, she's old.
Numbers are hard. Her eyes are going.
Numbers are hard.
You forget how many things you've stabbed after a while.
I love it. All right. Well, thank you everyone for sticking around and watching the last bit of our adventures. I hope you had as much fun as we've had. And I think that's going to be everything for tonight. We should be back in 2 weeks' time to continue our adventures. So, until next time, happy gaming. Bye.
Bye.